And welcome back to another edition of the John Wayne Surge Protector Podcast, 6040 production. I'm Eric Halsey.
I'm Alex Midway, and welcome back to our regular program on a Tuesday.
Yeah, it feels nice to get back into the way things are supposed to work.
Yeah, I might talk to you about pushing our recording over to Friday again and seeing if because I'll be going to the beach.
1,000%.
You're in?
I'm in.
Perfect. In that case, we slow roll on Friday, and if we slow roll like I did, it's going to get posted on Saturday again.
Yeah, so ixnay on that back to basics thing. We're going to be late Friday. We're going to be late on the Thursday sode too.
I mean, we might even just bail out of it completely. You never know.
Hey, you know what? I'm a bachelor for the next couple days, so any free time I can just go get high with the dogs, I would appreciate it.
We're about as predictable as the Iran war, baby.
They're hot, then they're cold, they're yes and they're no.
So do you know what's it called? Oh, we might need to talk about Thursday. We might need to get together, my boy, and because you know what happens on Thursday.
What happens on Thursday?
Bum, 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 bum. I mean, the first, 2 minutes of a Hall of Fame game's worth watching.
You know what? Why don't we leave that for Patreon? You can pay us human monies, and we will. You can listen to us do commentary on the game.
Yeah. No, I'm not broadcasting myself after I've been drinking. Hard pass.
It's Patreon. It's uncensored.
We also don't have one. Everything we provide is free. It's based on value.
Don't have one yet.
It's not looking good. I just one of the things we posted up online on the YouTube streams, we have a thing about the airport. And it's us just ragging on how Trump's spending, I think, $26 billion in the airport. And he's like, infrastructure's important, you idiots. I'm like, yes, that's why Joe Biden went ahead and passed an infrastructure bill, and your boy's painting horses gold.
Yeah, it's the same thing, right?
No one bothered to redo the actual Oval Office, and no one had a problem with that one until he came along with a gold spray can.
What if we had this room, right, but we make it worse?
I want to make it look like France. Anything gold. I like gold. It's like, God, I hate hearing this mother effer talk.
Well, I'm sure that'll be the last time he's mentioned on this podcast.
Well, let's see if he brings up again. This one's going to be a tough one, I'll tell you right now.
All right.
Who said it? I ask, what about helping the Gazans? Why don't they have the same basic right that billions of people around the world have? The freedom to move. Who said it?
Well, it looked like this was one of our guys there till that last 4 words you spat out. So I'm guessing this is Red Tie. You know what? No, I'm going to go rogue here. I'm going to say this is Ben Shapiro.
You're close. It's the same religion, but this is actually the protector of the Gazan people, Bibi Netanyahu.
Oh, okay. Well, I was close.
So this is in regards to the fact that they blockaded Gaza by land and sea for about 15 years. But he's like, nah, the reasons Gazans can't leave, and it's like North Korea down there, is because no one else is willing to take them. Like, no, people are willing to take them, buddy. You're just bombing the F out of them.
Yeah, people are willing to help them in all sorts of ways, but you just keep murdering them instead. So, yeah.
Less people to help.
Well, nothing says freedom like blowing up American Red Cross workers.
Yeah, so there was another thing that came out. The whole thing with Spain and a bunch of people crossing over from Morocco. Spain has actually been blocking some shipments that have been coming in. Well, allegedly. I didn't really look into this. This is one of those things I just saw on Instagram. Spain's apparently been blocking some of the ships that have been coming over to Israel with a bunch of weapons, and they're like, no, man, like, you're going to use these to kill kids. So that might be why a bunch of people from Morocco rolled on in.
Yeah, I still don't understand how this just little 50-year-old country is somehow holding all the strings to everybody else. I don't get how it's possible, but you know, here we are.
A lot of people in power apparently like kids, and Mossad keeps very good records.
You know, years and years ago, I said, you know what, maybe this Trump thing might work because at least it's not a politician. It's a fresh view. And I was wrong. That one was probably worse than my original, first wife, as far as worst mistakes go. And you know those horror stories.
You know, to be great in this technical position, a guy who has no experience. I do love that logic. He's like, yeah, man, this nuclear power plant to shake things up. We're gonna bring a guy who's had a paper route. I'm like, what the f are we doing? Like, no.
Well, there's a little bit more about the, I'm speaking specifically about the bureaucracy and some of the dumb stuff that, governments make you, the hoops that make you jump through. But yeah, that was a terrible take. And that's why I'm glad I'm not important enough to make decisions to help people. But can you imagine if we get somebody who's never raped a kid to like run the country and then just can't be blackmailed?
It's apparently happening in both Texas and New York City.
No. New York's Sharia law. Everything's terrible. Everybody hates it there. So don't listen to the liberal media and all their success stories. And everybody hates Texas, but for a whole new reason now.
So what's it called? We're gonna get more into Mamdanistan. I think that's gonna be a regular feature on here. But Vitalarico, I sent that to you. Like one of the things they found on him is like he drives a regular 1500 Silverado, but in a new ad he's driving a full Dodge Ram. He's like, he's appropriating a truck. I'm like, seriously? Like the other guy's literally voting in a different district than he should. He's like, but Talarico doesn't have that truck. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Well, I guess that makes them the same. Ken Paxton's made 160 or 180 grand, for the past 10 years and somehow has $9 million in real estate that nobody seems to ask enough questions about. I don't know. I guess, it's the Kamala laugh thing again. And they're like, well, so both sides have their issues.
Talarico's a vegan. Like, he's literally photos of him just eating ribs. He's like, fake news, it's AI. He's like, these are pictures from 92. He's like, time machine AI. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, you guys got nothing.
Yeah, unfortunately, this country's reached the portion of where people were just so wrong that they're like, no, it's my personality now. Can't go back. Can't afford to.
Yeah. Once you're committed to it. But all right, we've done enough yapping. It's time to get into the good stuff. And we're going to blend Tesla and SpaceX a little bit together because they're related to each other. Tesla went from 322 to 325, and that is related by the SpaceX news because SpaceX went from 108 since we last talked, 115 yesterday, and $125 today because they beat their sales expectation by $400 million. So a company that is worth $1.65 trillion did 0.4 of a billion better, and its stock jumped 20%.
I know it's a running theme that we cover every episode, but stock market is a giant hoax, and I feel like this proves it more than it, feeds into it.
Like, I think it's Wall Street had them projected to make 6.8, and they made, what's it called? So 7.6, I think, or 7.4. Yeah, somewhere around there. Something that's 0.4 of a billion. And I'm like, wait a second. I was like, this company's worth $1.5 trillion. It's like, and they made less than $1 billion extra, and we just pump the stock.
Less than $500 million extra, and they're like, no, this is. I don't know if you know how trajectory works. I'm like, I can tell you what our Friday episode's going to say. All of a sudden, it drops back down, and you're not going to go, well, it's probably only worth 20% less than that.
Yeah, so apparently, what's it called? Palantir stock went through the effing roof, and I think they went over 93% over what they made the last year, and they went up, less than Tesla went up. Like, they literally nearly doubled what they did last year, and they went up about 20%.
So, a weird question for you. Palantir doesn't sell anything on, like, the private market, right? It's strictly, like, the AI surveillance for the government, okay? So, this is just more taxpayer money they're bringing in.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So the whole Republican thing, they should be against this because it's the government spending more money, right?
But they're spending it on our freedoms.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as it's for the freedom to watch us at all times, I guess that's about the most Republican thing you can think of, right?
Listen, when I was young, I was taught to always obey the police. You wouldn't get shot if you obey the police. Like, grandmother shooting people who are obeying. Like, well, they're black. Like, there it is.
There she is. There it is. Yeah, that's why grandma doesn't come to Thanksgiving anymore.
So let's skip along to Honey Badgerstan, and honestly, just like Tesla and SpaceX going back, it was only a matter of time till Russia got back in the black and started targeting women and children again. There was a video of debris of a drone that went ahead and killed 7 people and injured about 40 of them in a resort town called Gelendzhik. And this is a small town that's east of Crimea. It's still not too far off from the area. Did you ever see that video? Did you have a chance to catch it?
No, I saw a different Russian drone attack video, and I was like, nope, can't process this today.
So this is
It's
essentially
rough, man. Like, it's a tough watch. All these drone attacks, they're tough watches.
Yeah. Well, unless it's a Russian Wildberries, those are always a blast.
Now then, I'm just, busy doing something else in the meantime.
Just cranking hogs. But it's a video you'll see. It's a beach up there, and you'll see a drone, and then you'll hear machine gun fire. And then this thing comes crashing down, and it hits down on the beach, and that's where it killed 7, injured 40. And 2 words of advice. First of all, to the Russians who decide, like, oh, Crimea is unsafe, why don't we go vacation at a beach that's just 2 hours away? Like, buddy, Ukraine's been hitting bases by Kazakhstan. Like, I wouldn't go towards them and think everything is safe. But also, this isn't Ukraine's fault as much as people dress it up. Like, yes, it was a Ukrainian drone that came down and killed these people, but it was literally flying over there on its way to a factory. So when you start shooting at something and you know there's civilians underneath, if you hit that item, it's going to come down, or shrapnel's going to come down, and that's exactly what happened. Like, Russian air defenses decided to engage it when it's over civilian populace, and it brought it down on the people.
Yeah, no, in that case, that is Russia's fault for the fallout. But I'm sure they feel really, really bad, and will somehow make atonement for this almost never ever happens where a civilian accidentally gets killed.
We care about our people, I swear. Like, you guys have been in a gulag. Like, shut up, off to the gulag. Look at what Ukraine is doing.
Oh, they'll find a way to repiece that drone back together and put a warhead on it.
So, also, the month of July was a tad bit complicated for Ukraine, as Russia went ahead and launched a total of 381 missiles at Ukraine. It was one of the biggest attacks ever over the entire month. It kind of transfers over to about 12 missiles a day. And we haven't exactly had the best of news from Big Orange here either. Initially, he went ahead and authorized the production of Patriots, since Ukraine is, again, we told you about this, they're getting ready to develop Fraser, the anti-ballistic missile shield, at the end of 2027. But Trump ended like a full-on like bout face. When Zelensky showed up down there in Maryland to talk about 300 Patriot missiles already agreed upon, Trump came out and says, like, we have not agreed to that. We're talking about it, but it's a hard thing to give away, that kind of technology. This is what he said at Camp David. But also remember that Trump has given away NVIDIA, like top-of-the-line chips to UAE. And everyone has said that these chips are going straight to China from UAE. He has no problem selling them, but Ukraine doesn't have $2 billion to buy Trump crypto.
Yeah, no, I think it's pretty clear. They're part of the UN. They're our allies, so we're definitely not going to hold up our agreements. But it's okay, because you know what? They don't need Patriot missiles. They're still putting ammunition onto frisbees and just flinging them and finding a way to hit a target. So
they do need Patriot missiles for the time being. Kiev's been getting rocked. A lot of the places have been rocked. But on the same end, Ukraine's not going to be like, listen, you might bloody our nose, but we're going to go ahead and crotch kick you a couple times. Because if you're hanging out at the Engels 2 airbase, where a lot of the Tupolev 95s, the heavy bombers are, Ukraine went ahead and hit that. The base had fire around it. It wasn't the actual flight line, but it was apparently military housing. So hopefully a bunch of pilots got it, and I'll take a win when I can. And the refineries in both Saratov and Ufa got visits from a drone ferry, and Saratov is right there with the Engels 2 base, and that's just essentially bonus points. But Ufa is another 11 hours northeast from there, so it's not exactly close. And on top of it, they still haven't forgotten about it, because they also knocked out a pair of Wildberries in both Samara and Novosemienko.
When you're going after like high value military targets, I like to think Zelensky's sitting there looking at the map, being like, "Oh, Wildberries! Hold on, can we take a quick detour?" Like this is now Wildberries is now his passion project.
Dude, if you had a Wildberries burning bingo card, like everybody in that room would be winning right now. It's like it doesn't matter if I go straight down, left, right, diagonal. Like I got bingo.
Yeah, that's awesome. He's still, I'm sure it's a lot to plan and try and sneak around and drone, all these places. But to take the time out to be like, oh yeah, there is a Wildberries here. It's like people who have to buy things from like every Hard Rock casino in every place they travel. Only it's Zelensky burning down Wildberries warehouses. I love it.
Instead of picking up little shot glasses, he's picking up shrapnel tchotchkes.
Another magnet for the fridge. Wildberries just flaming.
So the other location, I said it a little bit wrong. It's Novosemikino. And this Novosemikino, there's actually another video of it. Did you get a chance to see this one?
Which one was this one? Remind me again.
So this is essentially a guy in his car, and he's out there. He's driving, and he pans over to the left, and out there on the actual hill, it's written something. What exactly is it written? It says Russia, our sacred homeland. And he looks at that, and he slowly pans over to the right. Big old Russian flag. I mean, he pans over more, and it's 1.9 million square feet of warehouse up in like flames.
I'm so glad this guy took time to be like, instead of just take the picture, let me show my artistic chops here and give you the slow pan.
Well, he did the slow pan, but did yours also have music attached to it?
No, mine did not.
All right, so the one that I saw did the slow pan. You see the warehouse burning, and then in the background is a little pop song. It's a female Russian singer, and the lyrics are as follows. Hold my hand, please don't let go. There's still pain in my chest, take it all away. And mind you, the entire time you're seeing this warehouse burning. Oh, if only you knew what's waiting for us ahead. I'm like, oh my God, you can't pick a better song.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go hunt this one down, and I'm assuming it's a nice little song. Kind of gets stuck in your head a little bit.
Oh, it's a catchy little ditty, and don't worry, it's in my likes. I'll forward it to you as soon as we're done here.
So it's good to know that Alex has a new alarm tone for the mornings.
My ASMR is essentially Wildberries burning, and then yesterday when I was writing and preparing for the day, another Wildberries went up in the Vladimir region of Russia. It's a little bit east of Moscow, and I believe that bad boy's burning hard now.
We gotta work on our merch. We gotta make some sort of Wildberries parody shirt to sell out to our dozens of listeners.
Our tens of ones listeners.
Wildberries, now available and roasted.
Can we bring back dingleberries? Is that still a thing? Bring back that word?
I'm cool with bringing back dingleberries.
Fair enough. That might be our first project that we do here. But the biggest competition to Wildberries in Russia is a company called Ozone. And Ozone's seen the writing on the wall because apparently a woman in Russia posted a video and she's like, yeah, I'm over here trying to order these goods to Sevastopol, which is an area in Crimea. And then she posts up what Ozone wrote back to her. It's like, hey, man, we'll deliver anywhere in Russia, but outside of Russia, we'll only deliver to Armenia, Belarus, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Uzbekistan. And the fact that a private company in Russia no longer recognizes Crimea as Russian territory is effing huge.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'd be like, this is like, it's like watching a movie from the 80s, like Raiders of the Lost Ark, and they're doing the fly over the map thing, and you're like, oh, that looks like that says Palestine there.
No, I would imagine the owner of Ozone's probably going to be in jail right about now as we speaking, because this has to be a huge blow because you can't get tchotchkes from Wildberries. Now Ozone's like, yeah, you guys are living in Ukraine. We see the writing on the wall.
Yeah, I would take the next little portion of your life to stay away from windows and elevator shafts.
Or any kind of an airplane like Prigozhin took.
Yeah. Maybe stay away from commercial flights.
moving right along, the Belgrade State Technical University got a visit from cross-border experts in the field as it was hit with drones. The Belgrade State Technical University, or STU, is where young Russians actually go and learn how to operate drones and answer the age-old question of, how do you shoot the women and children? Answer is, you just lead them less. Thank you, I believe Full Metal Jacket is where I heard that.
Yeah, again, just Zelensky is just finding new places to just ruin, and then the rippled effects from dropping that stone in the pond. I love it. It's so smart.
Yeah,
I'm
so
jealous. I'm jealous.
the man's doing great things on there. If you have a second to go ahead and Google where Belgorod is, it's not that far away from the Ukrainian border. And I get it. You want to go ahead and put your guys right into the thick of it. But don't set up a school about drone warfare and not leave anything to protect yourself from drones next to a country who's literally making the textbooks you guys are reading.
Yeah. Ukraine's been like holding their elementary and middle school classes in underground in subway centers for years now. Why you would then go, well, it's not like they'll think to ruin our schools above ground. We'll just put this really close to the border.
We'll put a war college right on the border. Like, these guys ain't got the cojones to strike us.
Yeah, honestly, if this was America, I would immediately be pounding the table for like, it's an insurance scam. It's a fraud case. They're putting it in the way to get burned down. Someone's going to make a mint off of this.
Yeah, it's like if we had Annapolis and we moved it right outside of Iran, be like, okay, you guys are just idiots at this point.
Yeah.
Things are also not going good for the new classes of graduating Russian meat grinder recruits, because there were pictures that came out of guys who were fresh out of the academy, and they're holding AK-47 and AKM rifles. Now, most of the troops before this were holding the AK-12 version of a rifle, and I'm not going to get into the whole specifics for you. I'm just going to go ahead and mention when each one was made. The AK-47 was first pretty much introduced in 1949. About 10 years later, the AKM was introduced, and the MC stands for modernized. And the AK-12, which they were using right before this, debuted in 2018. I mean, that's pretty current. That was a lot more current than the M16 I was using. So they've just switched to a weapon that is 60 years older than the one that they had before.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, we're Americans, so I was always told it has to be brand new, or else it doesn't work, and it needs to be replaced immediately. So I don't know what this is, but unless Russia's just broke and can't afford the good stuff anymore.
It's going to come down to WW2 where every other man gets an actual rifle. When your buddy falls, that's when you take his, like, okay, now this is becoming a full-on meat grinder, guys. Like, at least beforehand we got stuff. Now we got to order it from Wildberries, and now you give me a rifle that was used in the siege of Stalingrad. Like, come on.
You remember when this war was only going to be like 4 days?
Like, hey guys, just go ahead and pack your nice dress uniforms. We'll be in Kiev by nightfall. Like, you might be in Kiev, but you might be underneath of it.
Well, good. You know what, Russia? Why stop there? Why not just go all World War II munitions from here on out?
Dude, some of the actual things that I've seen online, it's the railroads, and they're showing these tanks. I'm like, those T-60s have to be coming out of museums. I'm like, there's nothing modern about them. I'm like, fair enough.
Maybe that's why they couldn't do his little precious parade this year round, because they needed everything to go back.
They
Like,
couldn't do
but sir, this is from the museum.
They couldn't do the Moscow parade. They couldn't do the Navy Day parade. They had to draw an effing submarine on a building.
And you know what I just remembered? That was a parade Zelensky allowed him. He said he had permission to go do. Oh my God, my nipples just got hard. I forgot all about that.
They're giving out permits. If you want to hold parades, you got to double check with Kiev before you go.
Paper tiger.
So I've got a little bit of a tease coming out, but Ukraine may have developed a hell of a drone. It's we'll get more into this one next time, but this might change quite a few things if this thing is real. I got to read more into it, but just came across my feed. So there's a little teaser for you guys.
Ooh, like being teased.
Yeah, well, how about we tease you with what's happening domestically because Mamdanistan is still a problem. And the big, like, I looked at it. I wanted to make Mamdanistan kind of like a part of this whole episode, like reporting on what they're doing. And just like with Talarico in Texas, like, he drives a different truck than the one that is in the ad. And like, everything that I see is like, Mamdani is like, could free buses be horrible for New York City? I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, you guys are really working overtime.
Oh, yeah, it's was the Wall Street Journal a couple months back had that one like Americans want lower prices, but will that really help you and your family in this economy?
Yeah, I feel like that's my number one issue when I don't have enough money in an economy. And if I get more money, I'm happier. Like, yeah, but would you be? I was like, yeah, I just told you guys. Like, what about bombs for Israel? I was like, son of
a Americans don't really want the lower prices they're clamoring for. Like, no, we do. Stop doing this, or we're just going to go back to stealing.
It's just everyone from the New York Post. He's like, yes, I am regular citizen here. He's like, I hate this place. I want to pay more.
Man, the Midwest is really, really having a big problem with a mayor that they don't have to listen to.
I saw a thing. It's another thing that he's doing. He's improving. He wants to put like 30% more tree coverage in New York City. I think by 2040. Huh?
I think it was 2040 is like their master plan to get something like a 750 million trees into New York.
Yeah. And trees help with the actual heat island effect and everything else. And like when I saw that story, like below, like one of the comments was someone in Nebraska making $25K a year had their day ruined with this article. And it makes sense.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see the executive order come through banning the planting of trees in New York because they're going to make you gayer.
We thought the actual windmills made you gay, but this is even quicker because they look like phallic objects. Like, if that tree makes you gay, homie, you can't blame the tree.
No, but it makes you anti-capitalistic because we're currently working on how to make air a subscription-based product.
Like Lindsey Graham's out there in freaking Walt Disney World with a lollipop by himself. It's like, it's because there's so many trees around me.
Hey. Remember, we don't speak ill of the dead, no matter how gay or terrible they were for this country.
Yes, we do. You don't get a free pass.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Handicap, you get it too.
Handicapped fellas get it too. Thank you, DMX. And as far as Mamdanistan, the one thing, I'll read you a quote out of, what's it called? The Architect's newspaper in New York. The main problem is that these dumpsters will be on the street 24/7. Currently, trash bags are typically on the street 2 mornings each week, with only a handful of weekend routes. Yet these bags smell and attract rats, but there is no guarantee that the dumpsters will fully alleviate the problem. Instead, they will introduce worse problems. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like trash is what brings rats in, and trash bags is what causes that smell. So if you have these dumpsters, because Mamdani's talking about making actual trash cans available for New Yorkers to dump trash into instead of on the street. And somehow the Architect's newspaper is like, well, you won't be able to see the sidewalk anymore. It's like, who the F cares about the sidewalk? You know what I won't be able to see? An effing trash bag.
Yeah, I don't like, for the right who is constantly taking a hot, steamy S all over New York City since the dawn of time. I've always been like, it stinks, there's trash everywhere, it's BS. And you're like, all right, guys, I'm going to put trash cans around so we can put those bags somewhere so people aren't walking on them. You're like, Sharia law, brother. Sharia law. That's all this is. Next, they're going to be pushing the Quran on everybody like it's Texas with the Bible.
You guys complain about the rats and the smell. Like, cool, I'm going to do something about that. It's like, I don't know if that's going to help. Like, I know what won't help is not doing this. And like, a man's filled potholes and be like, these pothole filling trucks are going to take up traffic. Like, what do you want him to do? Like, make him disappear? Like, it's impossible.
Well, let's check over to Fox. What kind of man fills a pothole? I hate them all.
It makes just want to find something to complain about. But one thing I did see pop up across my feed is a video of Tommy Tuberville sliding down the steps of a commercial plane. Did you happen to see that one?
I have been like that. That's up on my list of like when I'm having a bad day. Instead of just the 42-minute compilation video of Stone Cold Stunners, sometimes I throw in the Googles. I'm like, show me Tommy Tuberville falling downstairs like a dumb face.
So for me, it was actually the first time, and I was like, you know what? I was like, wasn't Tommy Tubbs the one who ragged on Biden back in 23 and 24? And yes, he was. And but downside is it's not a current video. It's from way back in 2014 when he was coaching the University of Cincinnati. But the fact that this wasn't mentioned by the Democrats anytime Tuberville opened his mouth is why we're going to talk about it right now. Tuberville was 60 years old when he fell down the stairs. Biden was 79. So Tommy did this 20 years younger, and then he still had the cojones to make fun of a man for something that he did himself.
Yeah, no, it's patriotic and probably the airline's fault if you're a Republican, but if you're Joe Biden, that's God smiting you for ruining America with your infrastructure and your kind words.
Yeah, the fact that Joe Biden probably rode on a hell of a lot more planes and only did it twice in his lifetime. One of them was just a misstep, and he was nearly 80 years old. And Tommy, I don't know, maybe he's got as many travel miles as I do, already did it at 60. Like, the fact that you come out and be like, ugh, well, you know it's not a man sliding downstairs, knowing there's a video of you sliding downstairs. That's some nuts.
Yeah, no, that's like being running on being an anti-pedophile while also definitely being in the Epstein files. But again, Republicans don't see that correlation of this is the same exact thing I do, but it's different when it's you.
Every preacher screams about gays being a sin, and it's like caught in an airport bathroom. He's like, I want to apologize to my wife, my family. It's like, I've been living in sin. It's like, I need to go to rehab. It's like, just come out the closet and be happy, man. It's like, no one cares.
Yeah, no, you don't believe in this God stuff either. So just, instead of raping kids, try and find a man your own age. Just try it.
Show me, like, if you can find something about gay sex in the Bible, like, show me the part where Jesus told us all to have private jets. Like, go ahead and quote me to that scripture.
Yeah, and if your big guy in the sky is real, I guarantee you he is not telling you to sexually assault that child. That might be him just being like, maybe you're gay.
Do you think that they all want they all want flock cameras because they believe that there's some giant deity in the sky watching them, and that's what they need to be good Christians? Like, you need to believe that someone will smite you to do nice things in life. Is that why they want to bring out cameras to watch everyone? Because then they think then we'll all be doing nice things?
No. They all act this way because whenever they go to church on Sunday, they can just repent and then go back to being a terrible person and then come back and repent again a week later. So I don't think flock cameras are going to have anything to do with them being terrible people and then somehow getting clean slated a week later.
Yeah. All right. Well,
no, that's probably just to track the children they're attracted to.
If you need some giant invisible deity to tell you that you need to be a nice person in order for you to be a nice person, like, you're kind of an a-hole.
Yeah, it's probably not working.
So, speaking of a lot of religious things, did you see what Texas is out there doing?
Oh, what, you mean with their marijuanas?
Well, technically, I looked more into this. This is in Texas, it's still illegal for recreational weed, obviously, but they do. This is the new legislature is actually aimed at the Delta 8 and Delta 10 variants of it. A lot of people have been extracting THC. Well, THC from hemp due to the 2018 Farm Bill. So instead of like taking a pulse of the rest of America and finding out what everyone's doing, they're like, we need to close up this loophole. And let's see, if you're carrying a gram of Delta 8, it's 180 days and up to 2 years with a fine of up to $10K. And if you got 400 grams, like, that's life and $50,000. Like, Regular weed in the meantime is still up to 4 ounces as a Class A, Class B misdemeanor, but you can still go to jail for 1 year.
Yeah, so I looked into this a little while back, did an episode, a little deep dive on Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. This is like his baby. He was the ridiculous one that held that press conference and was like, see this bag? You can just get it off the street anywhere, you know? While somehow conveniently leaving out that he gets paid an asinine amount of money from the alcohol lobbies to try and keep this weed thing down. I'm sure there's no correlation there, and it's definitely not any quid pro quo. But sorry, continue. I hate Dan Patrick with all my heart.
If you can buy something that's 90% like alcohol, like Everclear, and you can't buy weed, like no one's ever beat their wife on weed.
It's true. You just sit down and, you know, enjoy a funny movie. Just watch Tommy Boy like a man. What kind of man? Ugh. No, the other thing I was going to bring up about Dan Patrick and this nonsense. So every other state that's selling marijuana is reaping in tons of tax money. And I feel like this is a fumbled bag for Texas, who takes $75 billion more than they give the federal government every year, you welfare queens.
Well, technically, this way they stock their prisons and get a cheap labor force, so it's a little give and take.
Yeah, but the people running those prisons, because they're all privatized, are not paying taxes. Instead of pulling yourself up by your bootstraps here and creating a new tax revenue to not be a strain on everyone else, Texas is here taking all the excess money California gives the federal government because they want to keep their head in the sand like an ostrich here. So, Texas, since you've shot yourself in the foot again, I think you owe California a big thank you and an apology.
You think those people don't pay taxes? They might not pay taxes, but they give someone a little taste up in government, if you will.
Are we considering a presidential kickback a tax now?
I believe there's some money going out to the people in power, which is clearly the Democrats, who haven't been in power for over 20 years. But yeah, sure, keep using that line there, Ted Cruz.
Over 30 years, Texas, and you know what? You still can't get out of your ways. And now you're back to being poor welfare queens again.
I do love it. It's like, help us solve all the problems. The Democrats agree. Like, you guys have been in power. It's like us saying, be like, listen, we need a new party because we need to stop what the British have been doing to us. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, this is bad. You think there were like Germans in 1942, like smoking a cigarette outside, and you're just like, I don't know, man. Can this all be the Jews? I think some of these problems he may have caused.
Might be a rabbit hole we get into, but in case you're considering taking a trip to Texas and want to smoke some synthetic weed, don't. One of the things that I saw on Instagram is a list of things you can do in Texas and still get lesser fine. You can run downtown naked, punch a stranger, shoplift something under $500, drive drunk, first offense, fire a starter pistol in the sky, pee on a cop car when they show up, and if you add all of these up, you get 2 years and $9,500. And that's still $500 less than what you would get in Texas for carrying out illegal weed. So you can spend that on commissary dollars. And the fact that peeing on a cop car is 0 days and a $500 fine is what really surprised me.
Well, it definitely sounds like we have a new contender for fantasy punishment this year.
Texas cop car.
Put in our league dues to something fun this time.
I like it.
Okay. All right. Strange turn of events. We actually have good news to report out of the Washington, D.C. Former Olympian David Hearn had his felony vandalism charges dropped on Friday. So congrats. After 2 months of villainizing the former canoeist for being a dirty Antifa vandal who destroyed the reflecting pool, former Fox talking head and current alcoholic goblin Janine Pirro asked for the charges to be dismissed in a 20-page motion on Friday. And just in case the feel-good story of a wrongly accused man being vindicated doesn't get you all hot and bothered, maybe this'll get your nether regions tingling. The reason for the dismissal cites, and I quote, flawed installation by the contractor, And the rush to complete the project prior to events associated with America 250 celebration in the weeks surrounding Independence Day 2026, end quote. There's also another fun little nugget about hasty and botched work in there, but you get my gist, right?
Did they ever fill the pool back up?
They did. That's how they got it all floating and whatnot.
No, ever since he drained it again. After
I do not. Yeah, I'm not sure if they filled it yet or not. I'm assuming they're in a stalemate over what warranty I'm sure does not exist for the job that got done.
The Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool in Washington, D.C. is currently closed and drained for repairs.
Well, we're making it beautiful again.
So August 4th, and I feel like we're past July 4th. Still not done.
Well, it'll be like the East Wing of the White House or anything else this guy's touched. It'll just be someone else's problem later.
He just needs to declare bankruptcy to really get into the groove and start working.
Remember that time we were all worried Obama was going to put a basketball court in and have barbecues out in the front lawn? I'm glad we kept it as clean and proper as possible this entire time.
Playing his jungle music out there and smoking his marijuana. Like, this guy had dudes wrestling on the front lawn and made the Rose Garden a parking lot.
Yeah, I didn't see gold toilets and white trash going hand in hand, but somehow, here we are.
Obama also only had one wife. No different kids from different baby mamas.
Well, Trump only hires the best, and I guess they keep putting out new models of Slovenian hooker. Anyhow, now the real fun starts. The most transparent administration in American history has been saying for weeks now that they have a literal mountain of evidence against Hearn, going as far to even mentioning video evidence of the deed. But in times like this, you need to take a trip to the front and talk to the horse's head. So here's our fearless leader. There may have been some contractor difficulty, but the major damage was caused by vandals, before saying how he's really disappointed in Piro. She folded like an umbrella, and people get away with things, and it's a disgrace. Interior Secretary Doug Burgum also took the opportunity to take a hot, frothy piss on Piro, saying that he sent her all requested evidence, including expert and eyewitness testimony. So one has to ask, do facts matter again?
Like, the eyewitness testimony is like, we saw him do nothing wrong. He's like, got it. So he attacked the pool line and is like, that is not what I said at all. He's like, cool. We'll go get the video image. He's like, there's none of that. It's like, it's literally peeling off by itself. Like, I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, it's almost like truth doesn't even, factor into what they're going to say.
Again, 0 people from the Epstein list, 12 from the reflecting pool.
Yeah, didn't know I was going to be rooting so hard for a canoeist, but you know what? Good for you, buddy.
Way to slalom your way through those proceedings, my dude.
Yeah, he knew it. Nightmare blunt rotation. Tucker Carlson, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Thomas Mastie posted a photo this weekend of them all seated around Tucker Carlson's dining room table in his main cabin, along with former Trump counterterrorism chief Joe Kent, basically saying they're creating a new movement without actually saying it. From MTG, we say no more foreign wars. We meant it and supported Donald Trump because he made that promise. But he's betrayed us all. Our commitment is America first for all Americans, right, left, and center. The movement has begun. With Massey adding at the very end, this meeting will not be televised.
This reminds me of all the times that I see, I think it's the good liars. They're like talking to random people with MAGA hats. They're like, so what has Trump had done wrong? He's like, well, he's done everything right, except I feel like he should care more about the workers. Like, uh-huh. He's like, he should focus on America. I was like, uh-huh. He's like, we should also raise the minimum wage. He's like, those are all democratic things. Like, do these guys just seriously all show up in like a shack and be like, list off all the policy that Harris had for a presidency? He's like, this is what we need to do. He's like, you guys are Democrats.
Look at all those black guys and purple-haired baristas. I'm clearly going to be on the other team, despite it never once working out for me in the history of America.
We're starting a new party. Like, first of all, you'd have to start a new cult. Like, you're competing with that type of guy. It's like, who is the guy? I'll look it up. Keep going.
All right. So, obviously, I'm all for MAGA splintering and dividing as much as possible, and I'm still kind of shocked to hear myself agreeing with Big Marge or Tucker. But is this good? I mean, enemy of my enemy is my friend and all, but all these people were pretty awful up until this year. Massey voted with Trump and all of his terrible policies, like over 95% of the time. Tucker spent years fear mongering and smearing the image of anybody who didn't look like him. And MTG has been a bitch with a capital C since sticking her obnoxious horse head into politics during the first Trump run. So I'm kind of torn on if we should welcome these guys back into legitimate politics for the sake of bipartisan options, or should we still be punishing these people for their past transgressions against America?
Trans.
Yeah. I was hoping you would do that. Never failed me once. There's been a lot of discussions about southern states not being properly punished post-Civil War, leading to the dumbassery of southern politics over the years. So are we letting these guys off the hook, or do we take the help wherever we can get it?
No. I mean, you F up that royally, you got to get a little bit more than just what? How long has it been for Massey? Like 3 months?
Yeah, this is kind of where I'm at too. Like, I appreciate it. I'm glad you're learning it, but you still, like, if you're an alcoholic and you're going through those 12 steps, I feel like you're getting fast passed towards the end, where you still have you still have to come say you're sorry and make some atonements, you know?
Yeah, you don't just get past the part, but like, well, I understand I have a problem. I'm powerless to help it, yada, yada. Okay, I'm done. And like moving right along. And also, what I was mentioning beforehand, it was Jonestown and Jim Jones, because that's who they're going against in the other side that they just left.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for it, man. I'm glad, I don't ever want to stop someone from trying to learn and figure out how life really works. But as much as we've talked up Massey over the past few months, his voting record kind of sucks otherwise.
The fact that all these people only rebelled when they found out, like, they got blacklisted. They didn't come out and do this first. They're like, well, now I'm going to vote the way that I should have. Like, oh, weird. Now you have a spine now that you know that you're leaving. Like, F you. Like, what's his name? Tucker Carlson was just parroting ideas for Russia not even 6 months ago. Like, no. You don't get to walk free.
Yeah, you remember he did that thing where he went to Russia and he was like, look, this is the cleanest grocery store I've ever been to. Look how good life is here. And they all voted for him.
Is Ukraine full of fascists? I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Just I'm glad you're starting to see the full picture here, but again, you are still gonna have to do an ace kissing tour here to apologize to everybody first.
You gotta do your atonement. You gotta do the 12 steps. All right, I'm Alex, and I believe we'll talk to you after football.
Yeah, and I'm Eric. So we'll see you when we see you, buddies.
Daddy, chill.
Later, Gators.